Goku Zeno vs. Gon. Zeno-sama's power finally combined with Goku's omnipower. After Goku managed for the first time to gather his celestial power by combining omni-energy, it was enough to defeat Banzerot and Zaki, the two who are considered the ultimate Saiyans. But for some reason, Goku combined his powers alongside Zeno-sama going to save Vados. Vados is Gon's mother from another timeline and didn't have the courage to use her power and attack her son. At that moment, Goku appears to save Vados and everyone starts to watch. Beerus says, "What is Goku doing? Is he really going to get involved in this?" At that moment, Vegeta watches and speaks. "Kakarot, do you see how many warriors are here? Even Zeno-sama beside the High Priest is watching everything. We can get into big trouble if you want to protect this kid. But what surprises me is why none of the celestial beings are getting involved in this fight." Vegeta looks at the Great Priest and notices that Daishinkan has a smile on his face. Daishinkan, since the beginning of the Celestial War, is a very mysterious and cautious being. Whis watches and says, "You must be wondering why all this is happening, right? Mr. Vegeta, at this moment, you can see that Gon had the courage to attack an angel, but the High Priest himself and everyone else is thinking about what to do because, like it or not, Gon is also an angel. Angels cannot fight each other. If the angels fight, a great catastrophe will occur. But Vados, without thinking twice, ended up wanting to help Gon. The High Priest himself must be wondering, but at the same time, Zeno-sama's power is now being matched alongside the power of Lord Goku. What will Mr. Goku with that power do with Gon?" At that moment, Goku begins to increase his power more and more in his combined form with Zeno-sama and lands a big punch on Gon. Gon dashes forward and falls directly to the rubble of Earth. At that moment, Gon says, "Well, looks like you're not taking it easy on me, Dad. Haha, is that Zeno-sama's power? I confess that I am a little surprised. According to what I had been told, that Zeno-sama's powers were only strong in terms of magic or to eradicate something, not that he was good at exchanging punches. Since that's how I'm going to increase my power even more." At that moment, Gon increases his power even more and increases his muscle mass even more. Gon starts to smile and says, "There's no way you're going to let me go, are you? Haha, so let's get started." Alright partner, why don't you whack that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos and stay well inside our entire universe of Z Warriors. Let's get back to the point. Goku and Gon were having a big battle. Punches were exchanged and big attacks were launched. At that moment, Gohan, who was watching, says, "I don't understand. If we were doing all this in order to rescue Gon, why is he now appearing in front of us? It doesn't actually look like he wants to be saved. He's just trying to destroy everything and everyone. I can't understand why this is happening. His personality change was surreal." At that instant, Gon launches a huge blast of energy at Goku. The power that was being emanated, combined with Zeno-sama's energy, managed to stow all the power that Gon released. Goku says, "Gon, stop it now. Let's end this war together. Let's resolve this situation. It's impossible. You won't be able to defeat me. Remember all our training in the Room of the Gods. I can still take care of all this stuff going on. Stop it right now, Gon." At that moment, Gon makes a serious face and says, "I think you still don't realize what's really going on. You still don't understand what's really going to happen. Haha, you think I will be defeated just because you managed to combine your powers with Zeno's powers? Do you think I'll lose? Don't make me laugh, Dad. Haha, your eradication technique doesn't work against me. I already told you, I have no intention of doing away with anyone who is here. My only goal is to show real power and be able to end this war in the future. You and my mother have nothing to do with all these catastrophes that are happening. I will finish off all the enemies that come. All celestial beings end up making decisions that are very boring and that can, over time, become more and more wrong. Do you really think the ideals they were holding are correct? Goku makes a serious face and Gon concludes. They want to erase everything whenever they want. The sense of justice is totally spoiled, believing mortals are mere puppets. This makes no sense and cannot happen, so just listen to me and pay close attention. I'll sort it all out here and now. Leave me alone, I won't do anything with you for now. Goku continues watching and speaks. It looks like he has no choice. It will have to be the worst way. Goku creates a gigantic Kamehameha to launch at Gon. Vados appears in front of Goku and says, "Stop it, Son Goku. If you do that, there might be no turning back and the worst could happen to you, Gon." At that moment, Goku watches and says that, "You are not thinking very well, Vados-san. If we let Gon continue with this madness, then even the gods will not be able to forgive him." At that moment, Gon starts laughing and speaks. "Then that's it. Y'all aren't thinking about what I'm wanting to decide and much less don't trust me. The only thing you want is for the gods not to be mad at me. I already said that I already made my decision and much less that I don't trust the decision of the gods, so don't get in my way. I am now going to show you the true power and true energy that I can reach." At that moment, Gon looks at Goku and speaks. "Supreme Angelical Kamehameha!" At that moment, Goku is extremely impressed and speaks. "What? Do you also know this technique?" At that moment, a big Kamehameha was being launched at Goku. Goku takes the full blow. Gon smiles and says, "I know very well that this is not enough to defeat you, but I'm tired. Next time we all see each other, I may not be as friendly as I was here." At that moment, Vados watched and Goku deactivated his combination transformation with Zeno-sama. At that moment, Gon enters through the temporal rift and goes directly to the palace of the great priestess Zakai. All are silent on Earth. Vados doesn't say a word. Vegeta watches Goku alongside Beerus and Whis. At that moment, Daishinkan and all the gods start to observe Goku and Vados and say, "Looks like you needed to see it to believe what I said, wasn't it, Son Goku? What will your decision-making be now?" At that moment, Goku looks at Zeno-sama and speaks. "Zenshan, thank you so much for combining your powers with me. I know that together we could grow more and more. Trust me as you did in the Tournament of Power that I will put an end to this war. I don't know what's going on with Gon, but I will bring it back." Vados looks at Goku, still impressed by the Saiyan's decision. Vados starts to smile. Vegeta watches and speaks. "This guy is very hard-headed. Even though the boy has defied the gods, he's still on that brat's side. Haha, just like yourself, Kakarot." At that instant, directly in the palace of the High Priestess Zakai, Gon had arrived. Zakai sees Gon's clothes all destroyed and smiles. Gon says, "I need a shower. I need to recover a bit. Going to Earth is never so friendly. They didn't take it very well that I wasn't coming back, but now it's all settled. I already told you that the next time we see each other, I won't be so friendly." High Priestess Zakai starts to laugh. Fantastic. Goku Zeno vs Gon. Zeno-sama's power finally combined with Goku's omnipower. After Goku managed for the first time to gather his celestial power by combining omni-energy, it was enough to defeat Banzerot and Zaki, the two who are considered the ultimate Saiyans. But for some reason, Goku combined his powers alongside Zeno-sama going to save Vados. Vados is Gon's mother from another timeline and didn't have the courage to use her power and attack her son. At that moment, Goku appears to save Vados and everyone starts to watch. Beerus says, "What is Goku doing? Is he really going to get involved in this?" At that moment, Vegeta watches and speaks. "Kakarot, do you see how many warriors are here? Even Zeno-sama beside the High Priest is watching everything. We can get into big trouble if you want to protect this kid. But what surprises me is why none of the celestial beings are getting involved in this fight." Vegeta looks at the Great Priest and notices that Daishinkan has a smile on his face. Daishinkan, since the beginning of the Celestial War, is a very mysterious and cautious being. Whis watches and says, "You must be wondering why all this is happening, right? Mr. Vegeta, at this moment, you can see that Gohan had the courage to attack an angel, but the High Priest himself and everyone else is thinking about what to do because, like it or not, Gohan is also an angel. Angels cannot fight each other. If the angels fight, a great catastrophe will occur." But Vados, without thinking twice, ended up wanting to help Gohan. The High Priest himself must be wondering, but at the same time, Zeno-sama's power is now being matched alongside the power of Lord Goku. What will Mr. Goku with that power do with Gohan? At that moment, Goku begins to increase his power more and more in his combined form with Zeno-sama and lands a big punch on Gohan. Gohan dashes forward and falls directly to the rubble of Earth. At that moment, Gohan says, "Well, looks like you're not taking it easy on me, Dad. Haha, is that Zeno-sama's power? I confess that I am a little surprised. According to what I had been told, that Zeno-sama's powers were only strong in terms of magic or to eradicate something, not that he was good at exchanging punches. Since that's how I'm going to increase my power even more." At that moment, Gohan increases his power even more and increases his muscle mass even more. Gohan starts to smile and says, "There's no way you're going to let me go, are you? Haha, so let's get started." Goku and Gohan were having a big battle. Punches were exchanged and big attacks were launched. At that moment, Gohan, who was watching, says, "I don't understand. If we were doing all this in order to rescue Gohan, why is he now appearing in front of us? It doesn't actually look like he wants to be saved. He's just trying to destroy everything and everyone. I can't understand why this is happening. His personality change was surreal." At that instant, Gohan launches a huge blast of energy at Goku. The power that was being emanated, combined with Zeno-sama's energy, managed to stow all the power that Gohan released. Goku says, "Gohan, stop it now. Let's end this war together. Let's resolve this situation. It's impossible. You won't be able to defeat me. Remember all our training in the room of the gods. I can still take care of all this stuff going on. Stop it right now, Gohan." At that moment, Gohan makes a serious face and says, "I think you still don't realize what's really going on. You still don't understand what's really going to happen. Haha, you think I will be defeated just because you managed to combine your powers with Zeno's powers? Do you think I'll lose? Don't make me laugh, Dad. Haha, your eradication technique doesn't work against me. I already told you, I have no intention of doing away with anyone who is here. My only goal is to show real power and be able to end this war in the future. You and my mother have nothing to do with all these catastrophes that are happening. I will finish off all the enemies that come. All celestial beings end up making decisions that are very boring and that can, over time, become more and more wrong. Do you really think the ideals they were holding are correct?" Goku makes a serious face and Gohan concludes, "They want to erase everything whenever they want. The sense of justice is totally spoiled, believing mortals are mere puppets. This makes no sense and cannot happen. So just listen to me and pay close attention. I'll sort it all out here and now. Leave me alone. I won't do anything with you for now." Goku continues watching and speaks. It looks like he has no choice. It will have to be the worst way. Goku creates a gigantic Kamehameha to launch at Gohan. Vados appears in front of Goku and says, "Stop it, Son Goku. If you do that, there might be no turning back and the worst could happen to you, Gohan." At that moment, Goku watches and says that, "You are not thinking very well, Vados-san. If we let Gohan continue with this madness, then even the gods will not be able to forgive him." At that moment, Gohan starts laughing and speaks. "Then that's it. Y'all aren't thinking about what I'm wanting to decide and much less don't trust me. The only thing you want is for the gods not to be mad at me. I already said that I already made my decision and much less that I don't trust the decision of the gods, so don't get in my way. I am now going to show you the true power and true energy that I can reach." At that moment, Gohan looks at Goku and speaks. Supreme Angelical Kamehameha! At that moment, Goku is extremely impressed and speaks. What? Do you also know this technique? At that moment, a big Kamehameha was being launched at Goku. Goku takes the full blow. Gon smiles and says, I know very well that this is not enough to defeat you, but I'm tired. Next time we all see each other, I may not be as friendly as I was here. At that moment, Vados watched and Goku deactivated his combination transformation with Zeno-sama. At that moment, Gon enters through the temporal rift and goes directly to the palace of the great priestess Zakai. All are silent on Earth. Vados doesn't say a word. Vegeta watches Goku alongside Beerus and Whis. At that moment, Daishinkan and all the gods start to observe Goku and Vados and say, Looks like you needed to see it to believe what I said, wasn't it, Son Goku? What will your decision-making be now? At that moment, Goku looks at Zeno-sama and speaks. Zenshan, thank you so much for combining your powers with me. I know that together we could grow more and more. Trust me as you did in the Tournament of Power that I will put an end to this war. I don't know what's going on with Gon, but I will bring it back. Vados looks at Goku, still impressed by the Saiyan's decision. Vados starts to smile. Vegeta watches and speaks. This guy is very hard-headed. Even though the boy has defied the gods, he's still on that brat's side. Haha, just like yourself, Kakarot. At that instant, directly in the palace of the High Priestess Zakai, Gon had arrived. Zakai sees Gon's clothes all destroyed and smiles. Gon says, I need a shower. I need to recover a bit. Going to Earth is never so friendly. They didn't take it very well that I wasn't coming back, but now it's all settled. I already told you that the next time we see each other, I won't be so friendly. High Priestess Zakai starts to laugh. Fantastic. Goku Omnigod along with Vegeta are training in the Room of the Gods. The Hall of the Gods is where only the most powerful train on the planet Beerus. Beerus, for some reason, since the beginning of the Celestial War, decided to train in the Room of the Gods after Gon declared that he would be at Sakai's side. Gon returned to the Grand Priestess's palace, but at the same time, Goku and the other warriors had already decided that they would invade the Grand Priestess's palace, but they would carry out their last training before the second stage of the Celestial War. At that moment, great thunderous noises begin to occur in the Room of the Gods. Whis, outside the Room of the Gods, says, It seems that Mr. Goku and Mr. Vegeta decided to get stronger and stronger. His powers really come to frighten anyone who is outside realizing all this. Does that mean that Mr. Goku's power can rise through the essence of Yamoshi? I remember even now how strong Mr. Goku and Mr. Vegeta were when they started training with me. First, Mr. Goku only had his God form, which was necessary to fight with a percentage of the strength of Mr. Beerus. Then he managed to develop his power even more and rose to the level of Super Saiyan Blue. Mr. Vegeta too, but then Mr. Goku managed to activate his Kaioken form. It seems that Mr. Goku has always been one step ahead of Mr. Vegeta, which made the two each time be able to get stronger. It sure got more and more interesting, but still, right after all that, things started to get better. I could see that Mr. Goku, after fighting and showing more and more power, Mr. Vegeta managed to reach a totally different level. Mr. Vegeta managed to show his Ultra Ego. The Ultra Ego is that transformation that is the only one that can fight head-on with the God of Destruction himself on equal terms. But still, these two elevate their powers more and more. But when we start to analyze the difference between the power of a prodigy and the power of someone who always fights to get stronger, it's surreal. I could see that when Gohan fought Cell Max, perhaps his powers were greater than even Mr. Goku and Mr. Vegeta. Speaking of you, what are you doing now, Son Gohan, the prodigy? Has he managed to infiltrate the Makai Kingdom yet? Gohan and Piccolo were prepared to infiltrate the Makai realm. Due to Gohan and Piccolo not having the teleportation technique, the two had to use Bulma's ship to be able to use the technology and go to the Makai Kingdom. At that moment, Gohan says, "Mr. Piccolo, it looks like we're going to have quite a challenge going forward. Big enemies will want to show up here and show off their powers. I'm sure we'll be able to get much stronger, but the Celestial War is close to reaching its new stage, so we need to quickly get this task done for Mr. Whis. I'm sure that in this Makai realm, there are extremely powerful beings, but we don't want to expand this war any further. We need to bring Majin Buu's essence back to be able to make this warrior a great help in the Celestial War. There are many demons in this realm. We cannot let this end up causing the biggest catastrophe." At that moment, Gohan was already getting ready alongside Piccolo, arriving with Bulma's ship directly in the Makai Kingdom. Great debris began to be thrown into that kingdom. Gohan and Piccolo arrive at the Makai Kingdom. At that moment, Gohan says, "What a weird place is this? This place is totally unlike any other place I've ever been." At that instant, Piccolo says,
"I think that's because you only died once and resurrected very quickly in the Majin Buu explosion. I've been involved in several realms for a while now because I didn't die just once. Whenever this happened, I had to analyze several questions. Here it is very similar to the Hell realm. In this realm, many enemies from the past may return, and many creators or beings of darkness may appear. So we need to think a lot about saving our energy a lot. Do you remember what happened when we tried to fight already using all our strength with Banzerot and Zaki? Those two were formidable, but I'm sure that if I had controlled my energy more, I would have managed to defeat him and you too. You know that very well, don't you, Gohan?"
Gohan starts to smile and says, "Well done, Mr. Piccolo. I'm sure this all will be resolved." In a few moments, a great moon appears. A voice speaks.
"Well done, Gohan. How long have I not seen you?"
At that moment, Piccolo observes Gohan and says,
"What? Impossible."
At that moment, the image of Cell Max appears. Gohan speaks. "What? This is Cell Max. Only he is talking. When we defeated him, he just screamed." At that moment, Piccolo observes and says,
"So that means that's it. The realm of Makaioshin marks, as it was said before, they can do whatever they want. All the beings we've already eliminated end up coming back. With Cell Max, it would be no different." "Good. What do you want here, Cell?"
Cell Max, smiling, looks at Gohan and Piccolo and says,
"Ha ha ha! I should ask this question. After all, it is you who are here in my kingdom. What do you want here? Don't say you want to break up with me again. Well, know that here in the Makai Kingdom, we have the opportunity to raise our powers more and more. So if I show my true strength, I will definitely be much stronger than you two, because I was only defeated because the two fought together against me. That's enough. If I want now, I will defeat you." "It's not interesting."
At that moment, Gohan starts watching and speaks. "I think you misunderstood what happened last time, but if that's what you want, I don't mind showing you my true powers. Know that I got much stronger, Cell." Cell Max starts laughing, and already with an intelligence in his body unlike before, he runs out to attack Gohan and Piccolo. Gohan activates his beast mode. Piccolo manages to directly activate his Namekian god form. Gohan speaks. "Mr. Piccolo, can you already have control over this transformation?" Piccolo watches and speaks.
"Well, I don't know what happens, but after I was healed by Goku, I don't know if it's Goku's energy is under my body, but the control of this transformation became totally different. It feels like me and the Namek god in me are managing to cooperate."
At that moment, Cell Max says, "Looks like you got a lot stronger." Gohan starts to exchange several punches with Cell, and Piccolo starts to dodge and attack Cell Max. Cell Max says, "I think it would be crazy to fight the two of you together. I don't have much intention of fighting with you. I already understood how these powers worked. I don't want to die a second time. My potential is still not 100%. Before, I think my objective was something else. I've always been a perfect android, but now I understand that your powers are much greater. Maybe I'm looking for the power of perfection." Gohan and Piccolo are surprised. At that moment, Cell starts to walk backwards. When Cell is about to leave the Makai location, a big explosion happens. An energy ray is crossed by Cell's front. Cell dodges and says, "What is that?" At that moment, another being appears in front of Gohan and Piccolo and says,
"Let's see if we don't have a visitor here. This is getting more and more interesting. Two mortals coming to the Makai realm. You must be very powerful, or you must be very crazy."
Gohan starts to smile next to Piccolo and speaks. "Looks like there's no way, Mr. Piccolo. The battle yearns for us. Whoever this guy is, let's take him down." The unknown voice in the Makai realm appeared in front of Gohan and Piccolo, looking at Cell Max with awareness that he had appeared in front of Gohan. The unknown voice says, "You mean that Earth warriors decided to infiltrate the Makai kingdom? You must surely be crazy. My power level goes far beyond any other level you can imagine. Here in this realm, there are beings that have already been destroyed in the past, and there are beings that can eliminate anyone they want. You have no idea what trouble you got into coming here. But tell me before you die, what do you want here in this kingdom?" At that moment, Gohan observes and speaks. "We didn't come here to bother you. We are only here because we need the essence of the powers of a warrior who was slain on Earth in the past. According to the angel of our universe, he said that we need to take the powers and essence of this warrior to be able to help in a war." At that moment, the unknown being says, "Well, let me introduce myself. I am Bakura, one of the demons of the Makai realm. I don't think we've been introduced, but you must be from Universe 7. Damn Whis sure sent you here. Funny why an angel wouldn't want to come to the Makai realm. You must wonder why angels are natural enemies of us demons. So he preferred to send you mortals to solve this situation. Especially because if he came, he wouldn't have a shred of chance that his angelic powers would end up running out inside the King of Makai. Do you, under Whis, believe you would have the power to defeat me? This can only be a joke. Know that for you to get the essence of the warrior you want, the first step would be to beat me, and then you would have the chance to get close to the king's palace. He is the only one who can bestow this energy on you. This is the king's palace. What will you do to make this happen?" Gohan watches and speaks. "It seems like there's no way. A friendly conversation couldn't go well with this guy. Come on, Master Piccolo." "Alright, partner. Why don't you whack that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos and stay well inside our entire universe of Z Warriors. Let's get back to the point." Gohan had activated his beast mode form. Piccolo already had his enhanced transformation. Cell Max notes and says, "It looks like it will be interesting to watch this battle. Even though I'm here in this Makai realm, it's like the realm of hell. But unlike before, I don't know why my soul was brought here. The last time I died, I had been taken to hell and stayed there with warriors who had been killed. But this time it was totally different. Those warriors who claim to be from the Makai realm brought me here. It seems that many things are changing, but I can't let them break me again. I need to analyze everything, and the best side I can be on will be the one I will ally with. Son Gohan, I hope you got a lot stronger. I would like to see how far you perform." "Good, but come on, show me what you're capable of." At that moment, Gohan steps forward to try to attack Bakura, the demon from the Makai realm. At that moment, Bakura starts dodging with great dexterity and says, "You have a somewhat different power. It's not even a skill of Ultra Ego or Ultra Instinct. What kind of power is this?" At that moment, Gohan starts laughing and says, "I call this type of skill Beast Mode because that's my best form." Gohan starts attacking the Makai Demon. The Makai Demon dodges and tries to hit Gohan directly. A hand appears in front of him. In that instant, it was Piccolo. Piccolo watches and speaks.
You are fighting the two of us, so pay close attention to the movement you make, because I won't let you hurt a friend of mine.
At that moment, Gohan watched everything that was happening. Gohan speaks. "Haha, Mr. Piccolo, please just let me fight this guy. I'm sure this guy doesn't have great powers. I alone will take care of him." Bakura watches and says,
How dare you? Who do you think you are?
Gohan watches and says, "You know, there's a celestial war going on Earth, and I fought against beings that were extremely powerful, beings that could destroy anything the moment they wanted to. I had to raise my power even to a much higher stage level. I've always had a slip up in battles of being arrogant against the enemy. But this time, I will fight you seriously from the beginning. I'm not joking around. I entered this kingdom exactly to carry out a mission that Mr. Whis assigned me, and the future of Earth and all other universes depend on us. So I will not let you do anything against my friends." At that moment, Cell Max started watching and smiling and says,
This boy's determination and insight remain the same. This is interesting. Let's see, son Gohan, what level you will reach and what kind of power you will be able to show. I confess that I am very curious to know what you will be able to do in the face of this. Show me. I want to know what your maximum power level will be.
At that moment, Gohan performs a big Kamehameha in his beast form and says, "I will never let you guys get this situation resolved. I'll take care of all that." Gohan inexplicably manages to perform an instant transmission and lands a big Kamehameha on Bakura. Bakura says,
What was that? How does this boy possess this strength? This is far beyond what I could have imagined. How did he manage to do this?
Piccolo watches and speaks.
When did you learn Goku's teleport skill? How did you manage to reach this level of power? You never told me anything about it.
Gohan started laughing and said, "I kept some techniques a secret. These guys won't be able to defeat us. Bakura is your name, isn't it? We have no intention of killing him. The only thing we really need is to know where the essence of the demon Majin Buu is." At that moment, Bakura, lying on the ground, observes and speaks.
You want to know where the essence of the demon Majin Buu is? You two must be crazy. As I said, all this is found in the king's palace. I am the weakest demon in this Makai realm. So if you want to get to the king's palace, you will have to fight several powerful demons.
Piccolo watches and speaks.
Does that mean then that this guy is just a lackey?
Bakura, lying on the ground, faints. At that moment, Gohan speaks. "Damn, he passed out. How are we going to find this king's palace in this world full of rubble? Wait, Mr. Piccolo, where is number 17? At that moment, a great laugh arises. Gohan and Piccolo look at Cell Max. Cell Max says,
I will help them.
Gohan and Piccolo make a scared face and say, "What?" Meanwhile, in the north of the Makai Kingdom, another ship is teleported. Gon, next to the angel Zyros, appears. Zyros, smiling, says, "Ha ha ha! Who knew you and I would be walking together without me having to control you with the kiss of death, isn't it, Gon? Ha ha! This is fantastic. Finally you understand which side you should be on. Well, we finally got to the Makai Kingdom. My angelic powers are extremely weak here in this realm, but for you to survive, my help will be needed here in this place. It feels like my whole body has weakened. It seems that the Makai realm still has a barrier against angels. After all, it is the realm of demons." Gon begins to feel a great weakness. Gon says, "It seems that part of my angelic power is totally weak. I think I just have my Saiyan energy." Zyro starts laughing and says, "So, it will be very interesting. Good luck, Gohan." Gohan and Zyros arrive at the Makai realm.
Gohan and Piccolo had finished their battles within the Makai realm, so Max for some reason accompanied Gohan and Piccolo. At that moment, Gon, the third son of Son Goku, had arrived with Angel Zyros from Universe 13 directly in the Makai realm. The two will soon intersect. Son Goku's two sons, Hybrid Saiyan, Gohan, and Gon. While the events for the second stage of the Celestial War are close to unfold, Gohan and Piccolo continue their journey into Makai realm, but Goku and Vegeta finish their training inside the Room of the Gods. At that moment, Beerus, who had also trained in the Room of the Gods, ended with his training. Whis would start watching and says,
"It seems that they are not satisfied with everything that happened. They want to get much more powerful, and from what I'm seeing, the performance and power level they managed to reach is totally surreal. So that's it. That's all your power. This fight looks like it's going to get more and more interesting."
Goku leaves the Room of the Gods on Beerus' planet, next to Vegeta. The two looked like they had an entirely different look on their faces. Whis says,
"You trained in the Room of Gods. It seems that after you discovered this place, you prefer to train here instead of the Time Chamber. The Room of the Gods is a place where the division between heaven and hell or between life and death is made. I confess that I'm very curious to know what the result of all this is. What happened to Mr. Goku?"
At that moment, Goku starts laughing and says,
"Oh, I don't know what happened to us in that training, Mr. Whis, but for a long time I had to intersperse several transformations. It wore my body out too much. By the time I managed to attain my essential form of Ultra Instinct, only with the power of Ultra Instinct I achieve a new transformation in the Room of the Gods."
Vegeta starts laughing and says, "Come on, Kakarot, you worm. Reveal soon the power you've learned that goes beyond the comparison of the gods." At that moment, Whis watches and speaks.
"Very insightful, Mr. Goku. I confess that I believe that you must have become much more powerful too, don't you, Mr. Vegeta?"
Vegeta starts laughing and says, "I believe things will get more interesting from now on. I will not reveal my power yet. Unlike Kakarot, I will use it against these vermin to end this war."
Goku says, "After seeing Buzzard's transformation and that Angel Kai next to Zack, I realized that we would need to get much stronger. So I already know that my energy needs to increase more and more. In this way, I managed to reach the level that no one has ever achieved, Mr. Whis. Now, before we begin, please have a fight with me one last time." Whis starts to smile and says, "Oh, what makes you think you could beat me or fight me? The first time we fought, with just one finger I was able to stop you and Mr. Vegeta." Goku responds, "Rest assured, I guarantee things will be different now."
Goku versus Whis. Now on Earth, all warriors train and prepare to raise their powers even more. Unlike before, the Earth in Universe 7 who would lead the Celestial Invasion, there were all the other most powerful warriors from all universes. Caulifla, Jiren, and Hit performed their training alongside the Z Warriors. Hit says, "It looks like this will all come out for us. This fight won't be easy, but I confess that I'm very excited to fight these guys in the Celestial War." Does that mean there's a Saiyan as powerful as Goku? Goku's son is also looking to fight. Vado said we could take care of it. Now the story will be different, because we who will invade the enemy's camp, probably the victory will be ours. Hit began to increase his power more and more by training alongside Jiren and Caulifla. Planet Beerus, large rumblings began to occur. We can see that Goku has been fighting Whis seriously. Goku throws Whis' bodies away. Whis says,
"Oh, this won't do any good, Mr. Goku. I think it better show the way you're talking so much."
At that moment, Goku starts laughing and says, "So now you will know my true power, Lord Whis." At that moment, Goku starts to raise his power of Ultra Instinct, and unlike before, his hair starts to turn all silver, and his body is also combined with the energy of Ultra Instinct. At that moment, Whis begins to observe and speaks.
Mr. Goku looks totally different. It seems that this time he combined his most powerful energy and joined his entire body with the power of Ultra Instinct. Fantastic! Does that mean that Mr. Goku got an even more beautiful power than before? Well then, Mr. Goku, show what level you can reach.
At that moment, Goku, raising his power more and more, starts to charge and hit several punches under Whis. Whis tries to dodge, but for the first time, Whis weakens fighting Goku. Whis says,
You mean this is the power of a legendary god? Incredible!
Vegeta continues looking at the battle of Goku and says, So Kakarot really believes he's superior to an angel? You bastard! Don't think that's enough to stop me! Once I raise all my power, you will know my true strength! Kakarot, you worm!
Vegeta continues watching, but with a different look, and starts to smile seeing the battle of Goku.
At that moment, Whis advances and starts to land several blows directly on Goku. Goku gets up laughing and says,
Mr. Whis, it's no use. That's not enough. You can't beat me like that.
At that moment, Goku creates a large Kamehameha and throws it at it. Kamehameha! The battle begins to extend. Whis, smiling, says,
Now you're going to make me fight seriously, Mr. Goku. This is so fun. Now I'm going all out.
Big blows begin to shake the planet Beerus, shocking galaxies, and time ends up passing. In the blink of an eye, the night appears. Goku continues to fight Whis. Time goes on. At that moment, a great light appears directly on the planet of the God of Destruction. Vegeta says, What's going on?
Gohan and Piccolo emerge straight from Whis' celestial cube directly on the planet of Destruction.
Goku and Piccolo appear.
Gohan speaks. What are you doing?
Whis stops his attack against Goku. Whis, smiling, says,
What happened here? You already managed to reach Son Gohan.
At that moment, Gohan, with his clothes all torn apart, speaks.
What are you talking about, Mr. Whis? How long have you been training? I've been away for 10 days? Whis speaks. So it seems that this fight of ours lasts for 10 days. And we ended up not even noticing Mr. Goku. You did great, Mr. Goku. You managed to fight head-to-head with an angel for all this time.
Goku starts to smile and says,
Time passed. That I didn't even notice.
And Whis speaks.
But why did it take so long?
Gohan appears and speaks.
We had a big accident. We needed to recover the Majin energy, but Gon was next to another extremely powerful angel. And then we needed to fight, but it seemed Gon's goal was to rescue someone in the Makai realm. And we also had unexpected help, and with that, we were able to recover the Majin energy. But Gon is even more powerful, and unlike before, his PD level is very low. If it weren't for the trap we set for him, we might have ended up with each other.
Goku and Whis watch. At that instant, a great voice arises and speaks. Well, if it wasn't for me to decide to help them, maybe everything would be the end. Good thing I knew the entire Makai realm. We just needed to exchange favors for me to return to this world. At that moment, Cell Max appears in front of Goku and Vegeta. Goku says,
What? Cell?
Goku and Whis' battle was interrupted by Gohan and Piccolo, who had just arrived on the planet of destruction. It looks like Gohan ended up causing a major catastrophe within the Makai realm. 10 days had passed and Goku was fighting Whis. At that moment, Gohan appeared and explained everything that had happened inside the Makai realm. Goku is impressed and says, does that mean that Gon is really hard-headed? Gohan explained that on his path with Piccolo, they managed to recover their Majin energy due to the interest of Gon and Zidus being different. Gohan managed to fight Gon due to the Gon not being able to activate his angelic powers in the demon realm. Gon managed to accomplish his goals, which was to bring back the Dark Wizard. Whis says, You mean they brought Mukai back? Maybe we will have some problems in the future. Oh, no, poor universe. Goku interrupts and says, I'm sure he's not like that. He must have been manipulated or ended up falling into that Mother of Angels story. Well, that doesn't matter, because now I'm sure you have the power to end this war and bring him back. This is going to get more and more interesting. Isn't it, Vegeta? Vegeta starts to smile and speaks.
All Alright, Kakarot, let's take these guys now.
Gohan had regained his energy after Whis released a huge recovery energy into his body. Piccolo was watching everything that was happening and says,
It seems like that in Makai realm, there were several extremely powerful enemies, but thanks to our escape route, we managed to escape and everyone came out well. Therefore, I can't understand what Cell is wanting here with us, but I'm sure he won't get as much as he wants to attack us. So Max, that android that called himself the perfect android that on several occasions almost destroyed the entire Earth, is back with goals that are still unknown.
Cell is watching and says, I don't want anything to do with you. After all, I've been defeated twice. My perfect form really becomes imperfect when compared to Saiyan powers. But I still need to understand even more about the essence of everything. That Makai Kingdom was pretty boring. It would be great to get back to my essence. Vegeta starts to face Cell Max, and is face-to-face with Cell and speaks.
If you even think about doing anything like that Frieza minion, I'll finish you off myself.
A massive explosion on the planet Beerus occurs. Beerus leaves the room of the gods. Beerus says,
It seems that now my energy is rejuvenated. I'm invincible! I know you got much stronger, Goku and Vegeta, but I know that the god of destruction fears no one.
Goku smiles and speaks. Mr. Beerus, you've gotten a lot more powerful, haven't you? Beerus responds,
I just regained the essence of my son Goku's strength.
Beerus looks at Whis and says,
I believe the big moment has arrived.
Whis watches and says, So are you going to start acting, Mr. Beerus? Beerus smiles. Beerus creates several dimensional portals at the location of all Z fighters.
Daishinkan and Zeno-sama left Universe 7 in charge of taking care of all this, so it doesn't matter to me if it's Goku's son or whoever wants to threaten us. Let's invade the Heavenly Realm and kick Pristius Sakai's ass. That was the mission that the High Priest gave us.
Hey, how's it going? Moments pass in a great portal. It is created in all places in the universe, set where the warriors from the other universe were training. Darren alongside Het and Caulifly start to smile and enter through the portal. Gohan and Piccolo alongside Goku and Vegeta and Beerus enter through another portal. The most powerful warriors were already preparing for the great battle. It seems that the moment of the final battle is about to arrive. Palace of the High Priest Sakai. Sakai smiling watched everything that was happening.
Incredible!
Sakai knew that the great enemies would be able to appear and show their powers once more. Sakai says, Does that really mean they really decided to invade here? You see, Safer, with you sealed, we couldn't create the angelic barrier to stop them. Things could get a lot more intriguing. Can you see all this going on, Kai? The Kai says, It seems that the time has finally arrived when I will show Son Goku's true strength. They say he's the most powerful, isn't he? So nothing better than the most powerful fighting the strongest angel. I'm excited. At that moment, we can see Yujiro next to Zaki and Bazara, all recovered and with 100% energy for battle. Bazara speak. Now those Saiyans from Universe 7 will pay me back for everything they've done. I'm going to break every bone in those wretches and I'm going to wipe all of them. Gon appears and says, You are very annoying. Does that mean they came here? I'll finish them off myself now. Just as Gon is about to go meet all the other invaders, Sakai says, Do not do that, Gohan. You will not do this. The time has come for us to open the portal. The great mage Mukai is with us. Now we have the main key. Mukai, the wizard who was brought by Gon through the Makai Kingdom, wakes up and says, I'm finally free. I owe you, Sakai. At that moment, Gon says, Finally, the big moment arrived. Kai watches and speaks. Does that mean the great mother of angels will really want to summon him? The great god Zarama, creator of the Super Dragon Ball? I hope you guys know what you're doing. Gohan and Zakai alongside Mukai enter a portal of the Heavenly Realm. At that moment, at the gate of Zakai Heavenly Realm, Zaki and Bazarat appear. Goku and Vegeta alongside Beerus watch and talk. We've come to rescue Gohan and end this war. I think you better give up. At that moment, while Cauliflower, Jiren, and Hit were in another portal arriving at the Celestial Realm, a big explosion happens and a voice comes out. The voice says, I won't let you get any further. I'm here to stop you. At that moment, Yujiro appears in front of Cauliflower and Jiren. Jiren seriously says,
Looks like you're the first of all of them. We'll have to get the cosmic dust out of here.
Gohan and Piccolo, for some reason, they ended up appearing in another location in the Celestial Kingdom. Gohan says, What's going on? Why are we here? A great voice arises and speaks. Let's see if we don't have another Saiyan and a Namekian race wanting to be eliminated. That would be very interesting. I confess that I wanted to see Goku, but it looks like that's how it's going down now. You must be crazy to have the guts to come all this way. We have 100% of our energy in this place. Let me introduce myself. I'm Zyko, the ultimate Saiyan. Gohan watches Zyko and says, Well, by the looks of it, I'll have to show you my true strength now. That makes me excited. At that moment, Goku and Vegeta and Beerus exit the portal.
I think this time we took these guys out now.
Goku watching speaks. Mr. Beerus, please, I need to test my new powers. These guys are already pissed off. Does that mean they are at 100% power? Perfect. Now I will show 100% of my strength. Goku activates his final form. Bazarat beside Zaki observes and speaks. Does that mean that this is Son Goku's true strength? Interesting. Let's get started. At that time, in another location of the Heavenly Kingdom, Whis and Vados appears. Whis says, I think it's about time we started acting. The angels will start to show their true strength, and the two of us will be the first to attack Sister. Vados smiles and replies, Now I will teach the Mother of Angels a good lesson. The second phase of the Celestial War has finally begun. Goku managed to increase his powers more and more, and showed that the supreme energy of Zaki and Bazarat, the most powerful Saiyans that have ever been shown on the face of the earth. Meanwhile, on Earth, Krillin and the other Z-Warriors who stayed on Earth started talking. Krillin says, It seems like this is madness. Angels and demons facing each other and the most powerful beings in the universe entrusting their energies to mortals? That's crazy. Bulma watched all the conversation of the warriors next to Chi-Chi and said, If Zeno-sama is so powerful alongside this Daishikan, why don't they end this war themselves? If something happens to Vegeta, they'll see. Chi-Chi answers, I do say so myself. Goku and Gohan are risking their lives and they sit and watch. The warriors who did not infiltrate the palace of the High Priestess Sakai found themselves training with different warriors from other universes. Goten alongside Trunks trained with Kaba and Kale. Kaba is flattered to learn that Trunks is Vegeta's son. Trunks says, Exactly. My father is the prince of all Saiyans, and that's why he will never be defeated. My father trains every day and gets more powerful. These Supreme Saiyans or this Mother of Angels will never manage to defeat them. Goten speaks. That's right! Mr. Vegeta and my father are the greatest! My brother has also accomplished incredible things and managed to kill a very powerful demon in the past called Cell. At that moment, a great laugh begins to rise in the earth. Cell Max appears and speaks. Did anyone call me? Everyone gets scared and says, It's not possible. Cell? Are you here? Cell responds, I am here, but right now I have no interest in defeating you. But I have changed my mind soon and end up destroying everything around here. Isn't that amazing? I hope you are able to understand. In the absence of all Saiyans, I will be the ruler of this universe, and therefore you must obey me. At that moment, Cell feels a great atmospheric pressure on his body. He gets on his knees and says, Impossible! impossible. Who is here? Everyone starts watching. At that moment, Black Frieza alongside Broly Berserker appear. Broly says, "Now I understand why Mr. Whis said it would be better for me to stay on Earth. Worms like you could emerge from the Makai realm. If you dare to lay a finger on any mortal, I will make sure you regret ever returning from the demon realm." Black Frieza smiles and says, "I'm sorry, Cell, but orders are orders, and I gave my word that I would help Beerus and Whis on this war. If I did not just said that like a maniac, I will repeat everything I said." "I'm sorry, Cell, but orders are orders. I gave my word that I would help Beerus and Whis in this war." Cell Max starts to smile and says, "Well, calm down. It seems you don't have a sense of humor. I would never do something against someone here. After all, it was thanks to them that I managed to get out." Universe 2. Sour, the angel of the Universe 2, saw that his universe was still intact even during the Celestial War. The same is questioned by his goddess of destruction. The Universe 2 goddess of destruction says,
Won't you want to help your brothers in this battle? They fought in the first Celestial War to save everyone. You know you owe them, don't you? It's not just because your universe is intact that you can pretend that nothing is happening. Your relationship with your sister Makarita used to be better. You didn't even try to find out how she was doing.
Sour keeps his face straight. Jairus looked at Sour's body and notices that his hands are covered in blood. Scared, Addis says,
It is not possible. He is like this because he's fulfilling the rule of the angels.
Previous flashback. Since the beginning of the Celestial Wars, all angels were taught by the Great that they could only engage in battles against the mortals and against the Celestials when the Great Priest authorized it. But for some reason, the steps of the Great Priest are totally different from what everyone imagined. While the universes were torn apart, other universes remained intact as well as Universe 2. Sour questioned himself again what was going on. Back to current times. Sour starts talking.
I can't understand why things are happening this way. Vados and Whis broke the rules fighting in the Celestial War. But so far, the Great Priest has not taken any action. Few universes are being affected, but many deaths have already occurred. If I get involved, they may end up attacking Universe 2 as well. But if I don't do anything, my brothers could end up dying without even being able to do anything to save them. You mean that's what you want, Daishi-kun? Do you want to prevent the other universe from getting involved in these battles? Are you kidding us? Are you kidding me? This cannot be called the Celestial War.
Empty Dimension. The Empty Dimension is an unknown place that, according to the rumors, only Supreme Mages can create portals to this dimension. Despite its name, the Void Dimension is a passage between life and death. Some say it is the middle of it all, perhaps a limbo. Those who have their souls lost appear to show back their powers and manage to break out of their seals. At that moment, Gon, Zakai, and Mukai arrive at an empty dimension. Gon says,
What is this cold place?
Zakai responds, Don't be surprised. This place is practically the center of the existence. Control your ki, otherwise you could end up dying by the blink of an eye here, Gon. Mukai speaks.
Stay calm.
Stay calm. I created a barrier that will be a great help for you not to lose your strength. After hours of wandering in the empty dimension, Mukai finally finds the Celestial Gate. Zakai says,
Finally.
Mukai smiles. Then Gon speaks.
What is that?
A gigantic gate where there were several sealed keys appears.
This is fantastic.
Zakai says,
This is the gate
that would release the entire race of dragons and the god of the Super Dragon Ball Zalama. Gon's time has come. In front of the palace of the High Priestess Sakai, Goku alone in his new transformation fights Zaki and Bazarot. Bazarot already in his last form, and Zaki, with his unlimited power, advances towards Goku.
These two are really much more powerful.
Beerus smiles and speaks. Very well, Goku. Show your full power already. At that moment, a great shudder occurs in the palace. Bazarot says, So that means they finally started. At that moment, Vados and Whis were looking for Zakai's location in the High Priestess Palace. Whis says,
Damn, We can't be late or it'll be too late. Empty dimension. Gon watches and says, "What will we have to do now, Zakai?" Zakai, with a dark look, looks at Gon and says, "Sacrifice." Gon, with a serious look, answers, "What?" At that moment, Gon's body is paralyzed by Mukai's energy. Gon says, "Damn, Zakai! You said you needed me to wipe the entire Universe 7 warriors!" Zakai responds, "But I didn't lie. I need you to sacrifice your body so we can bring Zarama back. Goodbye, dear Gon." A huge cosmic explosion happens in Gon's body. Zakai creates a large ray of light and throws it over the giant gate and says, "Welcome back, Supreme God Zarama." Mukai laughs. Saki and Bazarot move force to attack Goku, but Goku's fury has already reached its limit. Goku says, "I have no more time to waste with you! It's over!" Goku creates a gigantic dragon attack in his Ultra Order form and pierces Saki and Bazarot's body. Bazarot says, "Impossible!" Goku looks at Beerus and Vegeta says, "Let's go after Gon, otherwise there will be the end." Everyone had noticed the difference in energy that occurred in the palace of the High Priestess Sakai. Meanwhile, in Universe 2, on the planet of destruction of the goddess Hades, Sour, the angel of the Universe 2, appears and speaks. "I've already made my decision. I won't let my brothers die. If they believe that this is a heavenly crime, then let them judge me. It's time for the strongest angel to spring into action." At that moment, a smiling voice arises. "The strongest angel, huh? Don't make me laugh. Just be after your brother." Mohito appears in front of Sour. Sour smiles and says, "You came too. So let's decide who's the strongest kicking these guys' asses." Sour and Mohito decide to team up in the Celestial War. To be continued. So, what do you think is going to happen next? Regardless of what it is more than important that you arrive here exposing in your comments so that we can enter into that crazy debate. Click the like button, subscribe here to the channel so you don't miss any videos. And that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!